Tune in and watch Lori and Amelia as they talk health and wellness, keep you in the know, highlight do-gooders in promo, and spill the tea in Never Have I Ever. And now it's time for the rundown.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am good. I'm excited. We got lots to cover. Hey, I just wanted to mention last time we were completely twinning. We had like our black shirts and our jean jackets on. I'm not 100% sure if my camera's right, but do you have like a mauve colored shirt on? I feel like we're like kind of the same color scheme again today.
We are, and on top of the twinning, I had to go and cut my hair to be like you. So yes, we are twinning.
Sisters from a different mister.
Yes.
All right, well, let's jump in. Welcome to episode 108 of The Rundown. I'm Amelia Madl with Promo Corner, and my twin sister over there, Lori Bolton of the Magnet Group.
Hey, girl.
Hey, we're going to jump into our sponsorship because I think we got lots to chit-chat about. So much going on, so much exciting stuff. So our sponsor today is Greater Pacific. When it comes to creative solutions and custom projects, Greater Pacific delivers. They're a full-service agency with over 20 years of experience and thousands of successful projects under their belt. From promotional products in advertising specialty industries to custom OEM, product design, and full-scale logistics, they've done it all. They know the ins and outs of CPSIA compliance, product testing, and project management, making your job easier and getting you better results. So Greater Pacific creates what they call the ultimate manufacturing experience. I feel like that should be like, woo-hoo, woo-hoo.
Yes.
And it shows. Go check them out at greaterpacific.com and see how they can bring your next big idea to life. And say hello to their amazing team. You have Mark, you have Michael, you have Kelly. Tell them hi. Hi from us. All right. So Lori, besides being my twin, trying to be my doppelganger over there, what's new in your world?
Oh my gosh. So this last weekend, Pat Tillman, for our more mature crowd, they will know exactly who Pat Tillman is, but he played for ASU here in Arizona and then went on to play professional football for the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. And then when the Iraq War broke out, he went and joined the Army Rangers and was killed in Iraq at the age of 27. He was killed in 2004. And every year they have the annual Pat Tillman Run Walk in Tempe, Arizona. So Mark and I and some friends participated in that last weekend. And I think you have a photo of us.
Yes, I have a picture right here of you guys.
Oh, so fun. There's a couple things I added in there, but the two that say the Pats Run, again, did it with my friends there. We had to leave at 5 a.m. to get parked. It started at 7. We were able to finish the 4.2, and it's 4.2 miles because his number was 42. So super fun. And then the one on the top left is when we went to we went to the Butterfly Museum, which is super fun. So we do a lot of stuff around town. But going back to Pat Tillman, there were over like close to 30,000 people that came out to participate. And again, it's 4.2 miles. And as we were going through, you start hearing this chant. There was a group of Armigers that are running Amelia and chanting their chants. And that it was just super, super powerful. And so you end the race in the stadium at the 42-yard line. So super cool. His number, as I said, was 42, but super proud to participate, and what a great cause.
That's awesome. Good job, Lori. And you get your steps in for your 2025 that you guys are trying to do, your 2025 miles.
Yes. So it was a good day. We were done by 8 o'clock in terms of the walk, run portion, and it was already 97 degrees here. So it was a hot.
Yikes.
Yeah, super fun. Super fun.
Dang, that's hot. That's hot. Yesterday it was so cold I had to turn the furnace on. Today I put this light sweatshirt on thinking it was going to be cold because we had a huge storm last night. and I'm sitting here sweating. So I'm going to have to rethink my outfit. I think it's supposed to be up to 85 and it's humid because we had a rainstorm.
Crazy. What did you do?
Well, I have all like non-depressive stuff. Like you did a good fundraiser, but for a sad reason. So one thing that we did recently was we had a surprise bridal shower for my coworker, Jess Onions. So she lives in Nashville. She's getting married on May 4th. And Lori Moore, who is I call her the house mom, like managing all of us. She sent us all gift boxes that made it look like we were having an Easter celebration, and she told us not to open them. So we got on our Zoom call, and then Lori had invited Jess's best friend, who is her man of honor, to the call too. And they've been scheming and planning all this stuff. So the whole event was really for Jess for a surprise bridal shower. And she had like the little tiara and the bride and all these goodies. So that was really fun. That was really fun. And then that same weekend of Jess's wedding, my daughter is turning 18. So I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Jeez. Which I can't. And then on really cute news, we've had, I have a farm, which means there's always animals. So we got a delivery of baby chicks.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know, there's right under 20. I don't know if there's 18, however many there are. But we have a tub of baby chicks out in our shop trying to get them grown up. So I took a little snap. And then this past weekend, I let my daughter have a party out in our barn, which she's had a few before. And our kitty cat has been pregnant, and she was trying to get it out of the barn before everybody showed up because she didn't want it to be disrupted. Well, she brings it into the house like an hour before her party, and she's like, the cat's being weird. It wouldn't leave the shop. It smells funny. And she hands it to me, and I'm like, I turn on the light, and I'm like, I think this cat maybe had a kitten somewhere. Where did you find this cat? And so I secure it in my garage so it can't get out. No one can get to it. She's like, it jumped off of this big storage ladder thing in the garage. So I'm like climbing up chairs and rallying up. I pull a box off the top shelf. It's a Christmas tree that we're storing for my mother-in-law. And I open up the top of the lid, and there's a pile of kittens in the top of the Christmas tree. She had gone up there, given birth. And then when the kids came into the shop, she like jumped down and ran off to like divert it. So we had a litter of kittens right before her party. And here is the mama right after she had them. I put her in a little kennel so she was safe.
Oh my gosh. How many? 4?
She had 6. Ooh, this one's like 2.5 days old. That's how tiny they are.
Cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so is this the cat that had the hook caught?
Yes. Yes, that's the same cat that had the fish hook a while back.
So she's been playing around.
Well, we have 2 cats. We have a girl and a boy that we got from different families. And so I never got them fixed, and we knew what would happen. But
okay, so
she had this litter. She had 6 kittens.
So are you keeping any?
I think we're going to keep one. There's a all white one that I think we want to keep. I don't know if they're boys or girls. I don't know how old they have to be before you can tell. Like they're not even moving. They're just piled up in their little beds nursing all the time. So but they're so cute. And I don't even like cats, but I'm like totally into this.
That's so cute. Okay, so going back really quickly to the chicks.
Yeah.
Did you just mail order those chicks?
Yes, they came in the mail.
So how
my husband got a call from the post office. It's like, your chicks are here. And so he had to go to not our little town, but the next big town over. Just drives over to the post office. They come in like a 8x8 box all piled up in there with holes. And yeah, I can't believe how they ship them.
I can't either.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. I'll tell you offline what kind of chickens they are, what purpose they serve. I don't want to get PETA people mad at me.
I love it.
All right. Well, that's what I've been up to, Lori. What is our health tip? What are we doing?
Love this. So we are in spring. We are full blown in spring. So 6 foods in season for spring. So you've got strawberries, spinach, lemons, peas, carrots, and asparagus. So peas are packed with plant-based protein to support energy and tissue repair. Lemons, they're rich in vitamin C to enhance immunity and digestion. Spinach is loaded with iron and folate for healthy blood and cellular function. Carrots, high in beta-carotene to support glowing skin and eye health. I used to tell Lucas that when he was a baby. Like, if you want night vision, babe, you need to eat your carrots. Asparagus, a natural detoxifier that supports liver health. Strawberries full of antioxidants to fight inflammation and protect the heart. So 6 really, really good foods for spring that you can start incorporating into your daily.
And you are going to think it's a Christmas miracle, but I eat all 6 of those.
Do you really? Because I was questioning the peas and the asparagus for you.
No, I love asparagus. I just have a really hard time cooking it myself. It's just like, it has to be just perfect. I feel like Brussels sprouts and asparagus are better at a restaurant, probably because they're not as healthy because they're cooking them in fats and stuff.
Yes,
but I do love both of those. Peas, I eat frozen peas with dinner. But my favorite are like snap peas, like right out of the garden.
So good.
Yeah, I need to plant some of those. That reminds me, I have my potatoes in and I have my tomatoes in. So I need to put some more things in my garden. But
love, we can't plant here in Prescott, northern Arizona, till after Mother's Day. There's a very, very good chance we'll get another freeze between now and Mother's Day. So that's kind of like the rule of thumb is you don't plant until after Mother's Day.
I know. My mom told me my tomatoes will die. And I said, don't be negative. It'll be fine. So I think 2 nights ago was the coldest. I don't think we'll get any more cold. I'm hoping. I'm holding off on all my outdoor plants for another few weeks, but we have a graduation party here. So I have so much stuff to do outside and I want to get stuff done each weekend. So I'm not running around like a crazy woman.
Yes.
The weekend before. Okay. Lori. I love all those tips and I am going to incorporate all of those. And I actually squeezed some lemon into my water right before we got on. There has been some movement and shaking, and not just with individuals, but companies. So I'm going to let you go first because I know before we started, you said you just had a few. So I'm going to check them off of my list so I don't say them.
Awesome. So the amazing Dave Glacier, who used to be my boss back at the Magnet Group, my first round, he is now with Showdown Displays. So super excited for Dave. Saw him at, where did I see him? Actually here in Scottsdale. He was at the PeerNet event, I believe. So I saw him there. And then I have, sticking with Showdown, AAA will now become Showdown Displays as of June 1st. So that's big news. And then Facilis Group hires JC, I'm not going to get this right, JC Capate as their new CRO.
Nice.
So Group hires JC Capate as CRO of Facilis Group.
Listen, if we say that's how their name is pronounced, that's how their name is pronounced. Josh Posh, see, I just messed it up. Josh Pospischal. Everybody calls him Popsicle, and he answers by that now because that was just a funnier, easier thing to say. So he will sometimes even introduce himself that way. But
yes.
I got it. After like 15 years, I got you, Josh.
Love it.
So I have a couple others. So in terms of individuals, Imperial Headwear, which is actually down in Bourbon, Missouri, so just south here, they brought on a new CEO, Jeremy Davis. And then Common Skew, they brought on a new VP of Technology, and I'm going to try and do my best here. And her name is, what did I just say? Delishni Jayasingh. I hope I did that right because it's got a lot of letters. So congratulations. And if that's not your name, you can scold me later. And then Logo Mark brought on a new Southeast Regional Manager, Tara, and I did not grab her name, my bad. And then So we talked about Meg Erber taking a step back from promo for a little bit.
Yes.
There was another individual that did that. Did you see?
No.
Kurt Ross. Do you know Kurt Ross?
I'm almost positive I do.
He was most recently the executive vice president of ACS. Before that, he was with Tal Specialties. And he's been with some other buying groups before that, but he is taking a pause and just kind of reevaluating. And I'm like, when do I get to do that?
Right?
How old I mean, Meg and I are about the same age. Kurt's got a little bit on me, but when do I get to take a pause?
How nice is that?
I want a sabbatical. Who do I got? Lori, Joel, who do I got to talk to? I need a sabbatical.
Sabbatical's good. Sabbatical's
Yes.
good.
So then in terms of company movement, I don't know, there's been a lot that's happened in the past little bit. So Kuzi Group is merging with Gary Line.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I did. Crazy.
So, yeah, I know. Crazy. Florida is just going to be one big supplier company soon.
Yeah.
And then SRG, which was St. Regis Group, they just partnered with Swarovski Crystal Company, which, hello, you can send me some bling samples, guys. Hey.
Huge, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. And then on award side, Hirsch recently received platinum certification with Green Business Benchmark. And the Green Business Benchmark is to help member companies create and track their own sustainability goals and offer certification. So kudos for them for being more green and sustainable. Well done, y'all. Well done.
I have one more. It's not really, I don't know where this fits in. So I'm going to just, I should have said it earlier, but the Foundation for SAC, which is the Southern California Association Scholarship Program, is now accepting applications. So yes.
My daughter will be submitting one of those. I'm like doing research on every scholarship that she is applicable to her. She has probably written like 10 essays in the past few weeks.
Amazing.
So
that's opened. You can go to sac.net and you'll see the foundation. You'll see the application there. But I wanted to make sure I got that in.
Yes, I don't remember the due date, but it's the end of April. It was like the last day of April, I feel like.
Yes, it is the end of April.
So you'll just have a little bit of time, but it's a newer scholarship. So that means there's not a ton of knowledge about it. So your odds are really, like the Hunger Games say, may the odds be ever in your favor.
I love it.
Okay. Well, in terms of do-gooders, I recently had someone send me a press release, which I love. Thank you for sending me press releases. It makes everything much easier for me.
Yes.
I'm going to show up a little picture here. So speaking of Kuzi Group, thanks to the results of its writing instrument give back program, Kuzi Group was recently presented 3 regional United Way chapters for checks totaling over $8,800. And they have donated over $500,000 since they started doing charity for them in 2022. And they have committed to donating 5% of sales from writing instruments. And all the money goes to local chapters in their locations, both in Florida and Minnesota. So well done. I love that.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yay.
Love it.
Yay. I still have that from our opening for Greater Pacific. I still have that like bow, bow, bow. Ultimate manufacturing experience. Bow, bow, bow. I can't get that out of my head now. There's a commercial that's messing with me. Okay, Lori, have you watched anything?
No, but I am contributing to the segment.
Okay.
Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, is going to be out finally after it was delayed from COVID and because the strike that happened. It will release on May 23rd of 2025. So I can guarantee you I will be watching it. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning.
Okay, and this will be out at the movie theater.
Yes, it'll be in the movie theater. Yes.
Those are always really good. Those are the movies you want to see at a theater because of all the sound and special effects, and it's big and the jumping and
yes,
get everything kind of shaking.
right. So I don't have time, Amelia, to watch anything. Like I was just thinking about this. Like I should cancel my Sling membership, honestly.
I know.
Because
I have so many. I'm like, why? In the summertime, I feel like we should just downgrade to one thing because we're always outside.
Yes, it's good.
Save some money. I got a kid going to college. I need to save my pennies.
Right.
Before I move on to what my show is, how much work do you think Tom Cruise has had? I mean, he still looks good body-wise, but when I see his face every once in a while, I'm like, that looks like it's been pulled or nipped a little.
You think it's been pulled or nipped? I'm sure there's been Botox for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I feel like he looks old.
I like his eyes look a little tighter to me.
He could have done like an eye lift for sure.
No shame.
No, are you kidding? I'm all
can
about
still drive airplanes and hop onto helicopters at what is he like 57 now or something?
He's an old person.
He's old. Older than you, older than me. So therefore he's
just
old.
by a year, Amelia, just by a year. I mean, no, 35. He's super old.
Yeah. Well, Katie Holmes and me are about the same age and she married him. So I'm not gonna turn that down. If it came to my door, I'd be like, yes, please. I'll even sign a prenup as long as I make X amount each year.
Yeah, easy peasy.
All right. Well, I have a new show for you. So it's on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
There's only 3 episodes out so far, and it's called Mobland.
Okay. Paramount Plus. Mobland?
Mob. M-O-B, like
Mob.
the mafia. Mob.
I saw teasers for that. Keep going.
So it has Tom Hardy in it.
Okay.
Who is kind of an action figure. He was also a bad guy back on Boardwalk Empire, which was a long time ago. And then it also has Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan. So huge ensemble cast. Pierce and Helen play husband and wife, and they are in the mob in the UK. So they are, doing shady stuff. And then Tom Hardy is the fixer.
Wow.
So it's going a lot going on. I went to watch episode 3 last night, but my daughter came and hung out with me and we ended up falling asleep in my bed. So I have to rewatch it because I missed the end of that episode. But it's a really, really good program.
I like it. Mobland. We might see, that's the thing too. The weather has been so beautiful here. We're outside. We're like going to the botanical gardens. We're doing butterfly, like we're out just about. So I need to make time.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to make time to watch TV. It's fine. When I lay around at night, that's my decompress. That's what I do.
Bubblegum for the mind.
I feel like we skipped something. We're going so fast. Did I skip something? Are we good?
Yeah, we're at 25 minutes.
All right.
Look at us.
Bam, bam, bam. We're just rocking through it.
We have never have I ever.
Well, that's where I'm at. And I'm like, we're already to that point. Lori, what is it?
All right, girl.
Never, ever.
Never have I ever second guessed a relationship. And that relationship could be romantical. It could be it could be romantical. It could be a friendship. Just have you ever second guessed a relationship?
Of course.
I know.
Doesn't everybody, even if it's a current relationship, like there's always times where you're like, But like friendships with girls, definitely. There's friends that I have cut out of my life because the way their stuff was going, I was like, that just doesn't fit into my life, and I can't deal with that drama or any of that craziness or shenanigans that you're doing in your personal business. Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely here too.
If you've ever broken up with someone, obviously you've questioned the relationship. So unless you married your first boyfriend or girlfriend, I think everybody has probably questioned a relationship, right?
Yeah. And I think it can be even like a work relationship. As I said, it could be a friendship, a work relationship, a relationship. So there's so many things we have relationships with that.
Is this toxic? Does it benefit me? Does it benefit the person? Not just to make it all about you, but relationships have to be both sided. If it's one sided where you're the giver and never the receiver of that relationship, friendship, it's exhausting.
It's exhausting. It goes back to the circle of life, which we probably need to reintroduce here soon, because if we've got new listeners, they have no idea what I'm talking about. But having that in alignment, and if it's not in alignment, everything else is going to be out of alignment. So,
girl, I am too old and too tired to be dealing with anybody's bullshit or drama. I got my own life. You do you, and I am fine with that. But
me too. I'm too old to be messing around.
Yeah, I ain't got no time for no drama.
No, drama's over. It's too much.
That was in your 20s. That is not. We are both in our 30s now. We are too old for that.
No, too old in our 30s. I love it.
Oh, okay. So now we really are done. So thanks again to our sponsor, Greater Pacific. Go check them out at greaterpacific.com. Be sure to share your do-gooders. I love it when y'all send me press releases, so I have some stuff and I can go grab some pictures. And then tune in again. Our next episode drops on May 9th, and I'll have an 18-year-old at that time. And I'll be a week down from graduation.
Oh my gosh, girl.
I know. It's like planning a mini wedding this graduation.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
I'm not crying yet.
Not yet, right?
It's a good thing I accidentally bought a case of Kleenex on Amazon. I meant to buy a 4-pack. I bought a whole case, so I'm good for graduation.
You're so funny. Just graduation.
Right. See you next time.
Bye.